Hello everyone, hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. And yes, so let's start Hindu analysis of the day, 1st July 2025. I'm currently in Gurgaon and it's like, monsoon has well and truly arrived here. So it's all waterlogging, this and that in different streets, and doesn't matter where you are going. I personally don't like monsoon much. I like monsoon, but I don't like, the haphazard urbanization. We read about urbanization in GS1. You will see it in Gurgaon, this haphazard urbanization a lot. 5 minutes it rains and the streets are all like okay, let's come to the basic agenda of the day. So we have to talk about Hindu analysis and good morning GYN. 1st July 2025, let's talk about the first article of the day, and that is related to Hool Divas. See, there are so many things which is happening here. This particular article, you will see it on page 4. Police resort to lathi charge on tribal villagers in Jharkhand on Hool Divas. See, this whole thing, in our time, there used to be an actor. His name was Shahid Kapoor. Good morning, Amal. So, Shahid Kapoor used to sing was Gandhi Baat, Gandhi, 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 Gandhi Baat. That means this is a bad thing. So whatever has happened, it's actually a Gandhi Baat. It's a bad thing. But more than the incident, the unfortunate incident which has happened, we are interested in this Hool Divas because it is related to Santhal rebellion. Santhal Hool also it was known as. So Sidhu and Kanu, they are related here. We have to understand the historical significance of this Hool Divas. UPSC has already asked multiple questions on Santhal rebellion, which we will solve by the end of this particular session. So there are so many things which are important, and that's why we are reading this particular news. Good morning Malini, good morning Mamta, Kirtana, everyone. So see this thing, police used lathi charge and tear gas to disperse villages. Now what is important, this Hool Divas, where is it being celebrated? It is celebrated in Bhognadi. Now there are other things which are important from exam perspective, art and culture perspective, UPSC pre and mains perspective. Where is this Bhognadi? Sahibganj district, Jharkhand. If they are making a pre-question, they can easily change the name of the district if they have to make a tougher question. What is the historical significance of Bhognadi? You can see here, this is the birthplace of Sidhu and Kanu. And if you see UPSC previous year question, if you see NCRT, there is a specific chapter in NCRT where they have devoted that chapter to 3 rebellions, if I'm not wrong. Like there are 3 parts of that chapter. One is related to permanent settlement, second is related to Santhal rebellion, and third is related to Deccan riots of 1875. So that's why this whole thing, good morning Manvi, good morning Priya, that's why this whole Santhal rebellion is very important. Cool, sir. So Santhal rebellion 1855. There is a whole history which has been stated in NCRT that this whole thing happened in Rajmahal Hills. Before Santhal, there used to be a tribe called Pahadiyas which used to live in this Rajmahal Hills. Those people, those Pahadiya tribe did not listen to Britishers. Then Britishers called the Santhal people who at that time were living in Odisha or on the coastal region. It is said that the Santhal people, they have their origin in Southeast Asia. And then slowly and gradually they came to Odisha. From there they came to Rajmahal Hills. Slowly and gradually they also realized the basic motive of Britishers and outsider money lenders that led to this 1855 Santhal rebellion. Before that, in 1830s, Britishers assigned them a land which was known as Damine Koh. So all these things are very important from exam perspective. Multiple questions have already been asked. So good morning Shriparna. I know Priya, I am right. So okay, so villagers allegation, what has happened in this Bhognadi? You can see here what is the significance. Protest led by Sidhu Kanu, Murmul Hul Foundation and Ato Manji, Washi Bhognadi. Again, they are saying that district, they dismantled their separate stage and denied them permission. Now police allegation is, why police did this lathi charge etc. Because they felt like, these people, they targeted them with bow and arrow. Again, that is fine. Hope you're understanding. From exam perspective, this whole political reaction, what different entities are saying, that is not important. The thing which is important is, what is this Hool Divas? And you can see different parties, like CMs, what his stance is. We are not concerned with that. We are basically concerned with the significance of Hool Divas. So hope you understood the significance of Hool Divas. Let's solve some questions so that you can remember it. So consider the following statement. Now, this is your homework. I told you there is one specific chapter in NCRT class 12 which deals with Santhal rebellion. There are 3 parts of that chapter: permanent settlement, Santhal rebellion and Deccan riots. Now your homework is, or if you know it, you can post it in the comment section, which class 12 NCRT, which chapter I am talking about. Class 12 NCRT, which particular chapter. Now let's solve this question. Again, a tricky question. Don't worry if you're getting this question wrong, but at least try to attempt this particular question. Consider the following statement regarding the Santhal rebellion, Hool rebellion of 1855. It was led by Sidho and Kanu Murmu in present-day Jharkhand. The rebellion was directed against British colonial authorities, zamindars and money lenders. And the term Hool in the Santhali language means land acquisition. Voice, make sure, yeah. Am I audible, visible, everyone? Modern history, colonialism and the countryside chapter. Yes, that is correct, Priya. Which particular chapter number we are talking about? So first statement is correct. It was led by Sidho and Kano Murmu. If first is correct, you can eliminate B option. You're left with A, C and D. The rebellion was directed against British colonial authorities, zamindar. Again, a general statement, correct. So second is correct. Then you're left with A and D. The term Hool in the Santhali language, it does not mean land acquisition. It means rebellion. Santhal Hool. Santhal rebellion. So, Hool means rebellion. Maybe you did not know the meaning of this word Hool, that's totally fine. But if you just eliminate third option, you're left with A, 1 and 2 only as stated by Mamta tried it, Jivayan tried it, Anuj answered it correctly, Amal tried it, Manvi tried it, Malini answered it correctly, Priya also tried it. Very good, Priya. So, class 12, chapter 10, related to Santhal rebellion, NCERT, you can read that. I have given you a basic overview about it. Very good. MCQ 2. With reference to Bhognadi village, consider the following statement. It is the birthplace of tribal leaders Sidho and Kano Murmu. It is located in the Dumka district of Jharkhand. It holds historical significance for the Santhal rebellion of 1855. Shriparna and Anandu, all of you have given the answer. Very good. So what is the significance of Bhognadi village where this whole Divas was being celebrated? So, Jivayan, Amal, Anuj, they have given the answer. So, again, this is a good question. So, if you're making these questions, like if you're, okay. It is the birthplace of tribal leaders Sidho and Kano Murmu. So first is correct. Awesome. So you're left with A, B and D. It is located in Dumka district. In our time, there used to be a song, Jhumka gira re, Dumka ke bazaar mein. That means my Jhumka has fallen in Dumka. So it is not in Dumka. That's what I was telling you. If you go back, Bhognadi, when we were discussing Bhognadi Hool Divas, the whole thing which is happening, police lathi charge, this and that. So here see, Bhognadi is not in Dumka. Where? Jhumka gira. No, it is in Sahibganj district. That's what you have to remember. So again, that's why this is a tricky question. It is not in Dumka, it is in Sahibganj. So second is wrong. If we only know that second is wrong, we are getting the answer. That is B, 1 and 3 only. Oh my God. So who answered it? Jivayan, Amal, Anuj, Mamta, Anandu, Manvi, Malini, Shriparna. Sir, I am from, oh my God, Anuj. I am like basically from Bihar, but I mostly go to, Kolkata now because most of my family members are there. So glad to meet you. Like, okay. So Bhagalpur region has also something to do with Santhal. So I have one house in Bhagalpur, other in Patna. So Anuj is reminding me of my place. Okay, sir. So the answer is B, 1 and 3. Hope you understood it. And again, this is a tricky question. Same question. UPSC can also reframe it in like how many of the above statements are correct? Only 1, only 2, only 3. I think from tomorrow onwards, I will start making those kind of questions also. Okay, sir. Now let's come to the next article of the day, which is written by M.K. Narayanan. So he's not a simple guy. He is a former Director, Intelligence Bureau, a former National Security Advisor, and former Governor of West Bengal. So he will be saying certain stuff, which is important from GS Mains paper to international relation perspective. So mainly important from Mains perspective. But we'll also try to solve a pre-question so that we can remember these facts in a good morning, Satyajit, in a better manner. So this editorial, in a perilous world, India must read the tea leaves well. So what M.K. Narayanan sir is saying in this editorial is that India in recent times has been isolated to a certain extent when it comes to world affairs. Pakistan got support from China during India-Pakistan war, Operation Sindoor, etc. Even when it comes to, Israel-Iran relationship, we are saying that we are neutral. But many people believe that we are siding with Iran one way or the other, or we are somewhat more tilted towards Israel. So again, M.K. Narayanan sir is saying that we have to be very, very proactive when it comes to international affairs. And then he's talking about nuclear war and all those stuff. That these days anybody and everybody is talking about nuclear war. Does it, if it like be it Israel, Iran, or even in our case. So this N word is being used a lot these days, which led many people to believe that we are venturing into the World War III category, which is actually not good. And then when he is going into the nuclear war arena, M.K. Narayanan sir is saying that we have to be very wary of China and Pakistan, because if you talk about nuclear stockpile, 3:1 is the ratio. If we compare China's nuclear stockpile with India, and if we combine China and Pakistan nuclear stockpile, it is 5:1 against us. So there are so many things which we have to see, which we have to look into, which we have to consider. Good morning, Satyajit. Good morning, Krishi. Good morning, Abhay. He's also saying we have to do review. China is continuously reviewing its strategies, publishing their white paper, whether they are suitable for or whether they are able to do long-term warfare or not. So India needs to do all these things, because Operation Sindoor happened, and then India-Pakistan war happened. Then Trump said that he negotiated. Are we capable of a long-term war? Or, we have to look into all these things, because we have not fought a major war from a very long period. So you have to look into so many things. So he is not painting a very, pessimistic picture. He is just saying that we have to look inward to a certain extent and realize and introspect a little when it comes to international affairs and defense preparedness. So India's foreign policy in crisis, he's saying that India is facing an existential crisis. See, you may disagree with M.K. Narayanan sir. That is not the point. The point is we have to extract some point, favor and in against. Second term of Donald Trump disrupted India's strategic calculation, because we know what, like Donald Trump, who he is, what he says. Every day he says something stupid, with due respect to Donald Trump. The recent India-Pakistan conflict highlights the fragility of India regional posture. You can see this. China's deepening military ties with Pakistan, transfer of advantage. This thing is not like, I think we were talking about trilateral nexus yesterday or day before yesterday's Hindu analysis, where we have talked about how China is engaging with Bangladesh, Pakistan, trilateral for the first time. The trilateral meeting is happening. So all these things are happening, and they are also in that particular trilateral nexus topic. We have talked about China giving military equipments to Pakistan. India must reassess and monitor the growing China-Pakistan. This is not only about China-Pakistan. We are having issues with Bangladesh. Up until recently, we were having some issues with Maldives. So we have to look inward. What is going wrong? We have to think about all these things. India has maintained neutrality between Israel and Iran, but many people, as we have discussed, feel like we are tilted towards Israel. And again, the so-called neutrality also comes into picture, that India has to think about this neutrality, because in this whole volatile world affair, if you keep on saying you're neutral, maybe you will neither be here nor be there. Maybe Israel will also not be that happy, Iran will also be not that happy. So you have to take a side sometimes. You cannot not always play this neutral card, so to say. Trilateral meeting happened. Exactly, Shashmita. Cool. So again, US involvement in the conflict has escalated tension. See, why when we talk about India-Pakistan war, 1947, Kashmir issue, sometimes we criticize Jawaharlal Nehru sir, because he involved UNSC, United Nations Security Council, in the Kashmir affair. From a bilateral affair, Kashmir became an international affair. Same thing should not happen. This Trump involvement in India-Pakistan war that I mediated, all these things are not painting a rosy picture when it comes to India's international affairs. That's what M.K. Narayanan sir is saying. Despite a ceasefire, a larger war remains possible. Nuclear threats. Openly, anybody and everybody, Israel, Iran, India, Pakistan, everybody is talking about N-word. And this is not a good sign for world affairs in general, when you are using this N-word more often than not. Cool. So again, India must consider whether neutrality still serves its national interest. Whether when we are saying that we are neutral in Israel-Iran affairs, are we losing interest of both Israel and Iran? So we have to take sometimes a particular stance. Isolation risk. India's current stance risks leaving it friendless on the global stage. During the recent conflict with Pakistan, India received little support from West Asian countries, and even if you remember, if you go back to previous Hindu analysis, we have talked about OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. We know we don't like OIC. We don't like, UPSC is already as a PYQ on OIC, headquartered in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. There also OIC has said so many things. More than 50 plus Islamic countries are there. But we can condemn their reaction, we can condemn other people's reaction, but we have to understand, you cannot condemn the whole world. And that's why M.K. Narayanan sir is saying that sometimes we have to introspect. Yes, we have a former IFS officer as ex-minister, external affairs minister. But again, it's a matter of great pride. He's a good orator. All these things are fine. But again, India needs to do a lot more when it comes to international affairs. US-India tensions, Trump claimed to have brokered a ceasefire, and this again we have discussed. Lunch with Field Marshal Asim Munir, this happened between US President and this is very rare. Very rarely any US President has had lunch with any Pakistani Field Marshal. Many people believe this has more to do with Iran because, US needed Pakistan support against Iran. Because of Pakistan's strategic location also, sometimes you will see US favoring Pakistan. So all these things again, and Modi's snub of Trump's invitation have strained ties. So you can see where we are going wrong and something has to be done. Canada also, we are having issues with them also. So it's like here, there, everywhere. Not everyone can be wrong, at the same time. So again, we have to look inward when it comes to international affairs. India is an outlier. India is now seen as the outlier in the Israel-Iran conflict. It's still towards Israel has become diplomatically burdensome. When we are talking about India, like Israel-Iran, India's interest, we have discussed that Israel is very important from us from military perspective. During Kargil war, they helped us when US did not allow us to use their GPS. So Israel has helped us in different types of military operations. Some operations I cannot name here also. So it's a very responsible military ally of ours. Iran is very important from oil perspective, economic ally. So we cannot isolate any of them. So there is a balanced approach which we need. But again, it's easier said than done. Hope you can understand. De-hyphenation policy is costing us. Good morning, Rishi. US is going towards hyphenation. Pakistan formally proposed Donald Trump for Nobel Peace Prize. So all these things are going on as you people are stating in the comment section. Shift from soft to hard power. Again, we keep on talking about soft power. Soft power is what? Like we talk about International Yoga Day. We are popularizing yoga throughout the world. So world is knowing like India for yoga. We are providing generic medicines to African countries. That way we are developing soft power. But M.K. Narayanan sir is saying that slowly and gradually, you have to shift from soft to hard power. Soft power is awesome. We are generating a lot of goodwill. But only goodwill will not do. We have to do a lot more than that. So global diplomacy now favors military strength over consensus or dialogue. This is the current scenario right now. The volatile scenario, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Iran, up until recently, India, Pakistan. So this currently hard power is taking precedence over soft power. That does not mean that we will undermine soft power totally. But hope you can understand where M.K. Narayanan sir is going with this. Good morning, Amit. Okay, sir. So strategic recommendation. What M.K. Narayanan sir is saying, India must prepare for future conflicts, including deep study of China-Pakistan military partnership, examination of Chinese source fighter jet. Not only China, even Turkey supplied weapons to Pakistan. So assessment of readiness for long duration war. This is very important. Many people, many scholars, many critics, they feel like we did the ceasefire because maybe we felt like we were not ready for a long duration war, which was, somewhat unexpected, so to say. So we have to do all these assessments. These are very, very important for our defense preparedness. Soft power plus hard power is equal to smart power. Wow. Just like a wow. What about defense in India? That's what we are talking, Amit, that we have to look into defense preparedness. We have to look defense and, sourcing of raw materials and weapons from Russia and all those things. That's fine. Here, M.K. Narayanan sir is talking about something else. The so-called alienation of India when it comes to world affairs. And we are making a lot of enemies and we have to look into that. Theek ashe. So again, final warning, nuclear balance. China holds 3:1 nuclear advantage over India. Again, in the previous Hindu analysis, we have talked about NATO. We have talked about France. They want to install nuclear warheads in different European countries. There we have talked about that France has around 270 nuclear warhead. India has around 180 nuclear warhead. This whole 3:1 nuclear advantage means what? If we have 180 nuclear warheads, China has 540. And if you include Pakistan with China, then they have 5:1 advantage over us. So there is so much for India to think about. India is the best, India is the best. Yes, India is the best. But at the same time, we should not be inward looking. There was a author, there was a guy earlier in early medieval period. His name was Al-Baruni. Al-Baruni wrote a book which was known as Kitabul Hind or Turki Ke Hind, which has been asked a lot in different exams. He said during early medieval period, around 1000 10 AD, something like that. In that period, he wrote this book. He said that India of that particular period was very inward looking. They used to say that there is no country but theirs, no religion but theirs, no food but theirs, no culture but theirs. So very insular looking. We were not seeing what was happening in northwest India. QGG came, Qasim Ghazni, Guri, one after the other, and we kept ignoring them because we were insular. We are the best, and we are not even looking what is happening outside. Same thing should not repeat right now. Yes, we are the best, but at the same time, we have to keep our eyes and ears open what is happening in world affairs. Are we being alienated or not? Let's solve MCQ 3. This question is related to the previous article we have done. Hool Divas, observed annually in Jharkhand, commemorates which of the following historical events? In 11th century, exactly, Shriparna. Formation of Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, 1855 Santhal rebellion against the British, establishment of first tribal council in Bhog Nadi, launch of Forest Rights Act. So Anuj, Amal, Jeeva and Shriparna, Krishi. Krishi reminds me of a movie in our time. It was called Krish. Hrithik Roshan, Krish. In our time, there used to be superheroes. Super Commando Dhruv, Nagraj, Doga, Chacha Chaudhary. I love Super Commando Dhruv. So again, 1855 Santhal rebellion against the British. That is the answer. As you people stated, you people are awesome. Anuj, Amal, Jeevayan, Shriparna, Malini, Anandu, Krishi, Shashmita and Manvi. MCQ 4 of the day. The term 3:1 nuclear advantage, as mentioned in the article, refers to. Nagaraj had superpowers. Super Commander Dhruv did not have any so-called superpower. He used to use existing means. Now this is your homework for today. You have to search who is Super Commander Dhruv if you have not heard about him. In the meantime, solve this question, sir and ma'am. Shaktiman is fine, but Super Commander Dhruv was awesome. Raj Comics. Nowadays, I don't see comics related to Super Commander Dhruv. What is the answer, sir and ma'am? Oh my God! Krishi, Jeevayan, Amal, Sashmita, Malini, Anandu, Shriparna, Mamta, Anuj, Manvi, all of you have answered it. China having 3 times more nuclear weapons than India. Thikashe. Now let's come to, I think this is the third article of the day. State must, and now this is, I think, the most important article of the day. Why this is most important article? Everyone knows about India, Pakistan, China. Some of you may know about Santhal, Hool and Hool Divas. Very few people know about cooperative society. In cooperative society, even if you know about it, there are different words which are very important from, exam perspective. Ministry of Cooperation that has been established in 2021. Amit Shah sir, he is Home Minister. At the same time, he is also Minister of Corporation, means cooperation. What is this cooperative society? Then there are so many keywords. Very, 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 very. The most important article of the day, without a doubt. And nobody can challenge me on that. I will show you how many questions can be framed on this particular article. So what is this article all about? What is a cooperative? So cooperative is common people, like, people of similar background. They're coming together, pooling resources and then helping each other out. It's very similar to self-help group, you can say that. So what are the different examples of cooperatives? Amul is a cooperative. Lichat Papad is a cooperative. So all these are cooperatives. Now these cooperatives, they also need money. For that you have different banks, state cooperative banks. Then at district you have different banks. Then at state level you have PACS. So what are these entities? How do they operate? What is the hierarchy? What this article is all about? What is policy 2025 to 2045? So there are so many things which we have to talk about here. Very important article. So Madhvi, good morning. Madhvi, no issues Madhvi. So let's focus here. State cooperative policies deadline. Union Home and Cooperation Minister. Do remember, Amit Shah sir at this cooperation ministry came into existence in 2021 because we want to promote these cooperatives. This is actually very good. You're creating your own micro, small, medium enterprises these cooperatives first they come, then they become bigger and bigger, then they become micro enterprise, then small, then medium. So it's good. In a way, it promotes Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. It promotes inclusive growth, so to say, which is there in your GS mains paper 3. National cooperative policy will be launched soon and it will be effective from 2025 to 2045. We want more cooperatives like Amul, like Lichat Papad and others. Kribuco is another cooperative. IFCO is another cooperative. IFCO is related to fertilizers. So all these are cooperatives, and we'll talk more about this. So each state policy will align with local cooperative conditions and specific goals. Model National Cooperative Policy Act aim to bring discipline, innovation and transparency across. Now, what are the keywords in this particular slide? Cooperation Minister Amit Shah. Ministry of Cooperation, when was it launched first? 2021. This national cooperative policy will be from which particular year to which particular year? 2025 to 2045. So these are important terms. Now, the other terms. 2 lakh primary agricultural credit societies are to be created by February 2026. Now the question is, what is this PACS? We'll come back to this whole Manthan Baitak, but first of all, let me show you certain stuff. So if you see this 3-tier cooperative credit structure. So what is, you have to understand this. This is very important. Otherwise, you will not understand how credit, like cooperatives get their credit, how they get their money. So at the state level, you have state cooperative bank. This is at the apex level. You know, these people, they have funds. They get money from NABARD, National Agricultural Bank and Rural Development. They sometimes also borrow from scheduled commercial banks, from RBI, state cooperative banks. They give money to district central cooperative banks, DCCB. These DCCB in turn controls Primary Agricultural Credit Society. Please remember, this PACS, which is at the grassroots level village, they are not controlled by state cooperative banks. These PACS, they are controlled by this DCCB. This is the hierarchy. At the topmost, you have SCB, they will give money to DCCB, DCCB will give money to PACS, and then PACS will give money to these cooperatives which are functioning at the rural level. Do they give money for long term? No, they give money for short and medium term. We will solve multiple questions, a lot of questions, I think 5-6 questions on this particular article, because this article is important. This article is technical. So, hello Praveen, how are you? How is your marriage going on, Praveen? So, where are you right now? So, yeah, let's focus. So, state cooperative banks, DCCB, PACS. Hope you understood some part of it. This hierarchy is very important, sir and ma'am. You have to understand different and like terms also. Finance agency, like scheduled commercial bank, this is your finance agency, so to say. Now, refinance agencies which will finance these finance agencies, they are refinance agencies. So, RBI is a refinance agency because RBI will be financing scheduled commercial bank. Similarly, there is reinsurance agency. Insurance agency is LIC. The agency which will be insuring LIC, that will be reinsurance agency. Now, your homework is to find out what is a reinsurance agency. Hope you are understanding these terms. You will understand it more once we solve some questions. Let's come back. This article may look boring, but this is important. So 2 lakh primary agricultural credit societies are to be created. Now when you know the hierarchy, this is at the root level, village level, they are the one who are dispersing money to the cooperatives at village level, you know. So we have 33 SCBs and around 350 DCCBs as of now. Very good, yeah. So these agricultural credit societies, they are very important because they will be dispersing money at the root level. Okay, sir, Manthan Baitak is happening, chaired a meeting, emphasized the role of cooperation in boosting GDP, GSDP, again you can read this thing. Role of Ministry of Cooperation, created 4 years ago, 2021, to generate employment and revitalize cooperative sector, especially for small farmers and rural communities. This whole article is important from GS Mains. Paper 3, you have GS Paper 3, Topic 1, Economy. You have GS Mains Paper 3, Topic 2, Inclusive Growth. From that perspective, this article is very, very important. Cool. Opportunities in cooperative sector, you can see all these things. Goal, establish a cooperative in every village within 5 years. Because if you have a cooperative, if people from similar background, they are coming together, they are pooling resources, they are distributing resources, they are getting credit from these PACS, that helps a lot. That helps. See, Kalam sir, he talked about a concept called Pura. UPSC has already asked a UPSC mains question on Pura. Pura is providing urban amenities in rural areas. If you, like, there is currently what is happening, more and more people are moving from rural to urban areas. But Kalam sir, he said that we need Pura. We don't want people to shift from like village to urban areas, because as somebody said, heart of India lies in its village. So the real progress of India will happen when the people of villages, they're not moving to urban areas. They're getting all the amenities which people of urban areas are getting in villages. That can happen when you are having Pura, providing urban amenities to rural areas. Cooperative is a way of ensuring that. When you have cooperatives in every village, then what happens? People are developing on their own. PACS are helping them provide credit, and they don't need to go to other areas. People belonging to Amul, Lichat Papad, they are working in their own setups. They don't need to go to other areas. And that's when the true development of India will happen. Hope you are understanding why we need cooperatives and what is the significance of cooperative, how it will help us in fulfilling the aims of Pura as dreamed by Kalam sir. Cool, sir. Let's move on now. Very important article. This is the three-tier cooperative credit structure, SCB, DCCB and PACS. You will remember everything once you have solved multiple questions. See this question. Consider the following statement regarding Ministry of Cooperation. So, Ministry of Cooperation established in 2021 to strengthen the cooperative movement. It is currently headed by Ministry of Finance. It aims to bring ease of doing business for cooperatives. So, yes, Ministry of Cooperation established in 2021 to strengthen cooperative movement. So, first is correct. If first is correct, you can eliminate C. It is currently headed by Ministry. It is not headed by Ministry of Finance. Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am is not heading it. It is headed by Ministry of, like the Home Minister sir. Amit Shah sir is also the Ministry of Cooperation. Like he's also the Minister of Cooperation. So second statement is wrong. If second is wrong, now you're left with A and B third. It aims to bring ease of doing business for cooperatives, obviously. So A is the answer, 1 and 3. Who stated it? Shashmita, Krishi, Shriparna, Anuj, Malini, Mamta, Madhvi, Jeevayan and Amal. Very good. MCQ 6. National cooperative policy proposed by Government of India will be effective during which period? 2022 to 2032, 2025 to 40, 2025 to 2045, 2024 to 2044. So Jeevayan, Amal, Anandu, Madhvi, Mamta, Anuj, Shashmita, all of you have answered. 2025 to 2045. Very good. MCQ 7. Which of the following statement are true about primary agricultural credit societies? They operate at village level. They provide long-term loans for infrastructure development. They form the base of the cooperative credit structure. Chepandis. Cheppu telsu ledu kaadu. That means tell me. Primary Agricultural Credit Society. Do revise once. I will share this PDF by today, and do revise this particular article very minutely. Other articles, even if you are just having a cursory look after you have gone through my video, that's awesome. But this article will need proper revision. Okay, so Jeevayan, Amal, Shriparna, Anandu, Anuj, Shashmita, Malini, Madhvi, Krishi, all of you have answered it. They operate at the village level, correct. So if one is correct, eliminate B. They provide long-term. They don't provide long-term loan, bro. That's what we were reading when we were reading the hierarchy of cooperative credits. They provide short to medium-term loans. They don't provide long-term loans, PACS. So second is wrong. If second is wrong, we are getting the answer, that is A, 1 and 3 only. So Jeevayan, Amal, Shriparna, Anandu, Anuj, Shashmita, Malini, Madhvi, Krishi, Mamta, all of you have given the correct. You people are so cool. And yes, sir, if you feel like you're gaining anything out of my videos, I'm adding to your knowledge base. Like, share, subscribe, kill it. Okay, let's move on. Now, again, this whole news of Bihar, multiple articles have been published today in Hindu. I am very sure in different newspaper as well. Like on page 9 opinion, this article is there. On page 8 editorial, article related to voter verification in Bihar is there. On, I think, first page, this whole news is there. Election Commission is clarifying certain data. Right to vote is not a fundamental right, but right to vote is a constitutional right under Article 326. So now the thing which ECI is doing, Election Commission of India is doing in Bihar, is it or will it, undermine right to vote, Article 326? That is the basic question here in this whole data point. We'll talk about it within a month and what is happening here. So again, ECI has ordered a special intensive revision of electoral rules in Bihar. So they want to make sure the people who will be voting, they are the actual voters and they are not fictitious data which is involved here, ghost voters, or one person voting multiple number of times. Again, you can understand multiple voter cards, or so it deviate. Now that's fine, they want to do it, they want to do a revision of electoral rules to remove fraud. But so close to election, do they have enough machinery? How many people they are catering to? Have they thought this through or not? There are so many questions which we have to talk about here. It deviates from ECI's historic role. What is their role? To promote voter registration, to promote more, to encourage people to vote in more numbers. Will this thing encourage people to vote or will it discourage them? You will understand where we are going with this, how they are not even considering Aadhaar as a document, they are considering something else. And again, that something else requires Aadhaar. So it's all a very interesting scenario which is developing in Bihar. So citizenship proof requirement. Anyone not in 2003 electoral roll must now prove citizenship under Citizenship Amendment Act. Obviously here, for citizenship, Aadhaar will not be taken into consideration because Aadhaar is not a proof of citizenship. UPSC has already asked a question on this. Is Aadhaar a proof of citizenship? No, Aadhaar is not a proof of citizenship. Your passport is a proof of citizenship. So this mainly impacts the age 18 to 40. So if you are not in 2003 electoral roll of Bihar, you have to prove your citizenship. So that means people from 18 to 40 mainly will be impacted because 40 plus people, they are already in 2003 electoral roll. So again, how many people? It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4 people will be impacted. The number is huge. Approximately around 5 crore people all need to submit citizenship proof. Could they have done it earlier? ECI, Election Commission of India? Again, we don't know the answer of that. So Bihar current voting age population 8 crore. 18 to 40 age group, you can see here almost 60% of this. 4.76 crore people all need to submit citizenship proof. Again, like ECI is issuing clarification one after the other, but there are so many things they have to talk about here. So what are the things which they are approving for citizenship? Government ID, pension card. Less than 2% people they have it. In Bihar, I am from Bihar, I know it, although I have not lived from last 10 years, but I know about Bihar that, you don't have documents that much. If you're asking for land, house, allotment certificate, people who are not even from Bihar, how many of us have these certificates? Very few. We should have it. NRC, National Register of Citizen, applicable for Assam, not applicable for Bihar. See, we are seeing what are the documents which they are accepting as citizenship proof. Pension card, less than 2% people have it. Birth certificate, very low coverage. Very few people in Bihar, they have birth certificate, and even outside also. Passport, you can understand where we are going with this. Matriculation certificate is the actual real criteria. But what about those people who are not educated, who have not done 10th? Can they not vote now? So if you see all the things which ECI is approving as, documents for citizenship proof, matriculation is the most probable of them. But then that will disadvantage people who have not done formal schooling. So it's not painting a very rosy picture of Election Commission of India right now. Already so many apprehensions have been casted on them. With due respect to Election Commission of India, caste certificate, 16% people they have it. And again, you can see, so these are the criteria they are accepting. Matriculation certificate becomes de facto requirement. So what is your view on this whole issue? Do you support ECI's initiative in this regard, whatever they are doing? Estimated disenfranchisement, adult franchise. So adult franchise does not mean that you will go and watch adult movie. Adult franchise means how many people can vote, what is the age group which is voting? Adult franchise, right, to vote. Okay, so around 2.4 to 2.6 crore individuals aged could be left out due to lack of documents, because the documents which they want, many of us don't have it. Additional people over 40 may also be excluded if they weren't on the 2000. Again, you can see here, the process penalizes the poor. For states, this is not the failure of us, that state has not provided a certificate. Sometimes you go there, they're like, kal aana, parso aana, come tomorrow, come day after tomorrow. So again, the poor people who do not have matriculation certificate, they will be suffering or bearing the brunt of it. They could have done it earlier, bro, not that close to election. So exclusion of Aadhaar and ration card. Aadhaar held by 90% of Biharis and ration card are not accepted as proof. Now, they accept caste certificate as proof. caste certificate in turn require Aadhaar as proof. So this is like inception, dream within dream within dream, you know, document within document within document. People who have watched Inception, they can understand where I'm going with this. So hope I'm making sense. Why are these are less percentage? These are not less percentage. Why these are less percentage? Why? Because these documents, these certificates, you know, illiteracy is high in Bihar, Amal. Plus, the government is not that awesome as compared to other state governments. With due respect to Bihar government, things have changed for the better in last years, but it's not like things will drastically change. It will take some time. Documentation is lacking to a certain extent. The major criteria is not these document etc. The major criteria is why so close to election. They could have done it earlier. They could have done it in an easier manner. Are they trying to favor certain portion or political party or the other by doing it so close to the election? So there are different questions which are being asked to ECI right now. They should have done this earlier, not just before the election. That is the point, Amal. Jiva, and voting age people called as adult franchise. Yes, adult franchise is not that you are watching, you know, movies. Okay. So, yes. Where are we? So, again, raise the question, is Aadhaar being rejected simply because it is too widely available? What is the basic use of Aadhaar? You're not accepting it anywhere. You are forcing people earlier. People were forced to being, you know, you have to have Aadhaar, you have to have Aadhaar, but you're not accepting Aadhaar. So, administrative impracticality, each of Bihar constituencies would need to process. Now, the other part of the thing, if this whole thing goes on, you know, you are verifying almost 5 crore data, how you will do it? So you have to process. There are 243, you know, assembly constituencies in Bihar. So everywhere almost you have to process 2 lakh documents. How many election commission officers you have? With 1 electoral registration officer per constituency, no assistant ERO, the workload is unmanageable. So there is one person who will be looking into 2 lakh documents. Are you understanding the impracticality of it? Tax to be done in just 62 days. Seriously, ECI? And then people say that we cast apprehension on ECI. Verification, draft roll creation, notices, suo moto. Now, see, understand one thing. I think in the previous Hindu analysis, we have talked about Article 73. Article 73, which was related to Kerala High Court and central government and Wayanad landslide and all those stuff, where they have Section 13 of Disaster Management Act, where central government has said that since Section 13 of Disaster Management Act has been repealed, so central government is not able to provide benefits to or loan benefits to people impacted by Wayanad landslide. Kerala High Court has taken example of Article 73. Kerala High Court has suo moto taken that particular issue, Wayanad landslide issue, and why central government is not providing relief in that. So suo moto on its own. Okay, sir, the scale and timeline makes it a bureaucratic impossibility. So why has Election Commission of India has taken an almost bureaucratic impossible task 62 days before this whole thing has to happen? It doesn't make any sense, and that's why people are raising question about it. If here is this date, then how illegal migrant people have documents? Yes, they have documents. The point here is, Jivayan, should you be doing this right now? Why were you sleeping earlier, so to say, with due respect to all the entities involved? The conclusion, the initiative may disenfranchise crores of people citizen based on document unavailability, not citizenship status. It is legally and administratively flawed and risk undermining the democratic right to vote. So people of Bihar, oh my God. Hope you can understand where we are going with this. Solve some question. You understood the scenario. ECI is issuing one clarification after the other. They could have done this whole process earlier. We are not saying, you know, people who shouldn't have right to vote, they should vote. We are all for this whole process. But this thing is going haywire, the way ECI is doing these things, according to that article, that opinion. MCQ 8, this is based on the previous article. Kerala, I so love Kerala, Amal. I so want to go there. Idukki. There are so many places that is so awesome. Ninjam, Kerala. So, which of the following correctly represents the 3-tier short-term cooperative credit structure in India? My voice is gone. In our time, there used to be an actor. His name was Allu Arjun. So he used to sing, my voice is gone, my voice is gone, my voice is gone, my voice is gone. So here we have to talk about the hierarchy. So state cooperative banks, then this district cooperative banks, then this primary agricultural credit society. This is the hierarchy. That's why I was telling you that article is very important. So Shashmita, Kirtana, Madhvi, Malini, In our time, there used to be an actress Malini. Her name was Hema Malini. Jivayan, Anandu, Amal, Shriparna and Manvi. Very good. MCQ 9. Consider the following statement regarding right to vote in India. My love is gone. My love is gone. I know. I'm always in sarcasm mode. Consider the following statement regarding right to vote. It is a fundamental right guaranteed under Part 3. Every Indian citizen above the age of 18 has the right to vote in election to Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly. Right to vote can be still. You read it. My eyes is gone. So Jeevayan, Malini, Madhvi, Anandu. They have given the answer. So it is not a fundamental right, sir. UPSC has already asked question on right to vote earlier, PYQ. It is a constitutional right. Like when we have started this whole discussion, what is happening in Bihar? Aao kabhi humre Bihar mein. That means sometimes do come to our Bihar. So it is a constitutional right, not a fundamental right. Right? It's a constitutional right. Article 326. So first is wrong, right? If first is wrong, you're reading the answer. Answer is B, 2 and 3. As stated by Jeeva and Malini, Madhvi, Anandu, Satyajit. In our time, Satyajit, there was a director, Satyajit Roy, one of the best directors ever. Amal, Anush, Shashmita, Shriparna. Very good. Now, Tamil Nadu versus Kerala. Mullaperiyar Dam, page number 6. So what is this issue all about? So this is a very, very fascinating issue. People from Tamil Nadu and Kerala, you already know about this issue. This is one of the biggest contentious issues between Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So I will tell you this whole story, but for that you have to understand the map. Okay, let's see the map. So this is Mullaperiyar Dam. This Mullaperiyar Dam. It is located on Periyar River, as the name suggests, in Kerala. Listen to it like a story, you will understand where we are going with this. So Mullaperiyar Dam is located on Periyar River in Kerala. But who is managing this dam? Tamil Nadu. You'll be like, sir, what is this thing? If Mullaperiyar Dam located on Periyar River is in Kerala, why is Tamil Nadu managing it? Because in British period, there was a 999 years lease which was done between Travancore Kingdom in Kerala and another kingdom in Tamil Nadu. So because of that 999 years lease agreement, Mullaperiyar Dam, which is in Kerala, is managed by Tamil Nadu. Now what is happening? The concept of upstream and downstream comes. So Tamil Nadu, they are operating Mullaperiyar Dam and they releases water. Sometimes when the water flow rises, they releases water. So like this is the upstream region. River is coming like this and river is going to the downstream areas. Now Kerala says that whenever Tamil Nadu does this thing, Tamil Nadu is using this Mullaperiyar Dam water generally for drinking water purposes and irrigation purposes. They are not using it majorly for hydroelectric, etc., etc. Drinking water and irrigation are the two major uses of the water of Mullaperiyar Dam. Now Kerala's objection is Tamil Nadu is controlling over it. First of all, they want control of it. It's in their region. Supreme Court has intervened in between. This is one of the biggest tussle between Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, sometimes releases water of Mullaperiyar Dam. It goes to Kerala. Kerala says it floods our area. It is not good. We don't like it. And that's why this whole issue oscillates between Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So what is your view on it? Should Mullaperiyar Dam be? Oh my God. I am so terrified of this article. Maybe I should make a separate video on it. So Mullaperiyar Dam, do you think the allocation, like it should be allocated back to Kerala, like because it is in Kerala? Or you think no, sir, 999 years lease agreement, so it should remain with Tamil Nadu. So how to get PDF of this lecture, sir? Today is my first day. Akansha, you asked a very good question, but your question hurt me. There was a movie in our time. It was known as Tanu Vets Manu. So that is a good question, but your question hurt me. No, your question do not hurt me. Let me come to your query. You can see this. This is my family. All members of my family are here. Fun study with Shubh. You can join this Telegram group. You will get this particular PDF by today. Thikashe? So, but Mullaperiyar Dam is very unconditional level because that expedite. Okay, Jivayan. I will tell you, this is a very interesting issue. We are still talking about that issue. Where is Mullaperiyar Dam? So this is the whole, I have given you a story. Now let's talk about why this whole thing is in news, and then we will talk more about this whole fascinating, like all these things are so fascinating. Plus Mullaperiyar Dam is very important for us because it remains in news one way or the other. So we should know about this controversial topic, and that's why there should be a separate video on it, Sashmita. Oh my god. So yes, let's talk about it. Water release from Mullaperiyar Dam. So hope you understood how tricky this whole conundrum is. Dam in Kerala located on Periyar River, controlled by Tamil Nadu because of a British period 999-year lease agreement. Cases after cases goes to Supreme Court on this Mullaperiyar Dam. When I was preparing, from that time I'm hearing news related to Mullaperiyar Dam. So Tamil Nadu continued to release water from Mullaperiyar Dam in Kerala on Tuesday. Dam detail British era structure located in Idukki district. Idukki district, awesome district. So, and is operated by Tamil Nadu under a 9. See, even like Britishers, when they had Hong Kong 99-year or something, who signed a 999-year lease agreement, bro? My grandfather, I'm saying, my grandson, great, all these people will be seeing this dam under Tamil Nadu only. 99 year is too. I'm not even able to pronounce this 999. Water level status. By noon on Monday, the water level had increased, and that is the issue of Kerala, that when Tamil Nadu releases water from Mullaperiyar Dam, it submerges many of our region. So this is not good. It is located in our region. Our region should not be submerged, and that is the major issue which they are talking about. So dam region people have so many problems by that dam. Do we need to cover past year current affairs like 2024, 2023? Good morning, Raz. Thik hai, sir. So yes, where were we? So see, current affairs thing, I will take this particular doubt at the end, NM. Be with me. I will tell you a query. I think you asked it in the comment section yesterday also. How to cover current affairs? We'll discuss this. So Mullaperiyar Dam key facts. Location situated on Periyar River, Idukki district. Which district? Idukki. So operated and maintained by Tamil Nadu government. Located in Kerala. Construction and history. Built during British era between 87 and 1895. We have talked about it. Lease agreement. Not for 1 year, not for 2 year. 999 year. Tamil Nadu has control over the dam under a 999 year, which starts from 1886. Oh my god. So between Madras Presidency and Travancore Kingdom, and again safety concern, located in a earthquake prone region. So when that is a big dam actually. In previous Hindu analysis, we have talked about run of the river project, big dam, mega dam. What are the differences between them? Kishan Ganga and Ratle project. When we have talked about it, we have discussed that is run of the river project on Kishan Ganga and Ratle. So that is not impacting river flow that much. And if Pakistan cries because we have built Kishan Ganga and Ratle project, that is their issue. We are not changing the course of river much. But this Mullaperiyar Dam is a big dam in a seismically active zone. So that can impact Kerala in more ways than one. There are ongoing concerns from Kerala about dam structural safety. And remember, my friends who are not Malayali, people from Malayalam, Tamil, they are very sensitive. This is not Kerala. This is Kerala. I have got so many hate comments in different YouTube videos when I have said Kerala. They're like, no, it's not. They are the most, they will love you so much, Tamil Nadu people, and Kerala people, but you have to pronounce words correctly. They're very sensitive about it. I love them for that. So Kerala, you should be sensitive about your culture. So there are ongoing concerns from Kerala about the dam structural safety, multiple inspection, maintenance activity and court monitored. Safety measures are in place. Hope you understood this whole conundrum. 999 is like 11, 12 generation. Is it enough for UPSC? Yes, Apsara. It is enough, more than enough for UPSC. Just you will see, we'll solve some PYQs. You will understand how it is enough for UPSC. Let's solve MCQ 10 of the day. Article 326 of Constitution deals with. Now Keralam. Exactly, Anuj. Are you from Kerala, Anuj? No, I think you're from Jharkhand. See, Anandu is saying, Anandu is from my place. He or she. Anandu, are you he or she? So he or she is a Malayali. Now Keralam. Article 326 of the Constitution of India deals with Chepandis. Elections to office of president, right to information, elections to Lok Sabha and State Assembly based on adult suffrage, Election Commission of India. So Amal, Manvi, Mamta, Shiparna, Anandu, they have answered it. Elections to Lok Sabha and State Assembly based on adult suffrage, that is Article 326. Why we are talking about it? Because Bihar is facing issues. Yeah, Kerala. Consider the following statement regarding Mullaperiyar Dam. It is located on Periyar River, Tamil Nadu. It is operated and maintained by Kerala. It was constructed during British era. Dam is currently governed by a 999-year lease agreement. Which of the above statements are correct? 1 and 2, B 3 and 4, 1 3 and 4, 2 3 and 4. Very good, Subhadra. In our time, there used to be an author, Subhadra Kumari Chauhan. Very awesome author. Khoob ladi Mardani, wo to Jhansi wali Rani thi. That means Jhansi wali Rani, she fought like a, extreme warrior. So yes, Mullaperiyar Dam. Amal has given the answer. Krishi has given the answer. Shashmita, Anandu. It is located on Periyar River, yes, but it is not in Tamil Nadu. This Mullaperiyar Dam is in Kerala. First wrong. If first wrong, these two statements gone. Operated and maintained by Kerala. This is the issue. It is in Kerala but maintained by Tamil Nadu. So second is gone. My love is gone. And you are getting the answer, B 3 and 4. It was constructed during British era. The dam is currently governed by 999-year lease agreement. So the answer is B 3 and 4 only. Very good. MCQ 12. Mullaperiyar Dam supplies water primarily for which of the following purposes in Tamil Nadu? A. Hydro power generation. B. Industrial water supply. C. Drinking water and irrigation. D. Flood control. So, Krishi, Anandu, Amal, Malini, Shashmita, Jeevayan, Manvi, K. Murli, Satyajit, Sriparna, all of you have answered it. Drinking water and irrigation. C is the answer. MCQ 13. Consider the following. Amul, IFCO, Seva, Kribco. Self-Employment Women's Association Seva. These are best classified under Central Public Sector Enterprises, Farmer Producer Companies, Cooperative Institution, Microfinance Institutions. So, Shashmita, Jeevayan, Amal, Anandu, Manvi, Krishi, K. Murli, all of you have answered this. So, the answer is Cooperative Institution. C is the answer. Which of the following are objectives of Model National Cooperative Policy Act? MCQ 14 of the day. Very good. Shashmita, Jeevayan, Amal, Anandu, Manvi, Krishi, K. Murli, Malini, Satyajit, Mamta, Shiparna, Subhadra, Madhumita. Which of the following are objectives of? You can see how important that particular article in cooperative is. And again, don't worry, even if you don't know the answer, if you read this whole question, you will be able to solve this question. Promoting transparency, encouraging innovation, ensuring political control over cooperatives, improving discipline in cooperative functioning. So understand, promoting transparency, yes. So if first is correct, obviously if you have a cooperative policy, this is a common thing. This promoting transparency, you can write it in any act. Who will promote opaqueness? Will any government scheme say that I want to promote opaqueness? So first is general statement. Now you're left with ABD, encouraging innovation. Who will say which particular, any scheme, any act will say, no, I want to discourage innovation. So second is a general statement. Now you're left with A and D. Third, you have ensuring political control. Will any act say that I want to ensure more political control? Most of these acts and schemes will say that we want to promote decentralization. Even if they are promoting centralization, nobody will say explicitly that I want more control in my hand, I want more political control. No act. Show me one act which says that I want to ensure more political control, I want to do centralization. Even though they do it, they promote centralization, they will never explicitly say it. So no cooperative policy, no act, nothing will ever say that we want to ensure political control, you know. So they will always say, anyway, cooperative is related to grassroots level of means development. So why will they say that? So the answer is A, 1, 2 and 4. Hope you understood it. So this is a tricky question. This is a good question. So many people tried it, Madhumita, Sashmita, and again, so many people even above Madhumita, but I'm not able to see their name. Krishi, Mamta, Malini, because the thing has scrolled down. Manvi, Shriparna, K. Murli, Krishi. Very good. MCQ, oh, this is a PYQ. This PYQ 15. We have talked about Hool Divas. Let's solve a UPSC 2018 PYQ. After the Santhal uprising subsided, what were the measures taken by colonial government? Transparency is debatable in some like UPSC itself. I can understand. But even UPSC will not say that I don't promote transparency, you know. Shashmita? Even though they do. Again. So territories called Santhal Parganas were created. It became illegal for a Santhal to transfer land to a non-Santhal. Select the correct answer using the quotes below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2. D, neither 1, nor 2. So yes, when Santhal uprising subsided in 1855, what was the basic problem of tribal people? That non-tribal people are coming into their area and taking away their lands and all those stuff. So Santhal Pargana territories were created, Santhal Pargana Tenancy Act. Similarly, later on when Munda rebellion happened, Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act was created. This was a common phenomena happening in tribal areas to ensure that tribal land is not getting transferred to non-tribal people. In fact, this is a phenomena you will see even if you go to Arunachal and tribal areas. Very rarely you will see tribal land getting transferred to non-tribal people. So it became illegal for a Santhal to transfer land to a non-Santhal. Both these statements are correct. The answer is C, both 1 and 2. Do revise Santhal uprising. UPSC loves Santhal uprising. Oh my God. PYQ 16. This doesn't mean this is the 16th PYQ of the day. This means this is the 16th MCQ of the day and this is a PYQ. Asked in 1999, but a very tricky PYQ at that. Consider the following events. UPSC has already asked multiple questions on Indigo Revolt, Santhal, Deccan Riots and Mutiny. And as I think somebody said, Santhal Rebellion, Deccan Riots, Class 12 NCERT Chapter 10. They talk about it a lot, so it's important. What is the correct chronological sequence? Everybody promotes transparency. Nobody wants it in their system. Very good. Shipanna is such a good girl. She is from Bengal. She's from Kolkata. I know her. So again, this is a question you may get it wrong. That's totally fine because we have talked about Santhal Rebellion, but we have not, and I have even given you a hint about Deccan Riots, 1875, but we have not talked about Sepoy Mutiny or Indigo Revolt. So even if you're getting this question wrong, that's not a problem with this. History revision should I do? I should do. How did this work? How did this work? Like how did what work, Murli? So again, let's focus on this. Indigo Revolt, lots of questions have been asked on Indigo Revolt. Neel Bidro it is called, and Deen Bandhu Mitra, he wrote, book on this, Neel Darpan. So Indigo Revolt around 1858-59. Sepoy Mutiny is also 1857 revolt. Deccan Riot 1875. Santhal Rebellion 1855. Revise this. This is a way of also revising questions. You see, current affairs and static are merging here. This chronology, how did this work? I'm just telling you right now. So if you see this chronology, what is happening? Which is the earliest event? Second is the earliest event. So eliminate A and B. And then after second you have 4, 2, 4. So 2, 4 is there in both. And then 2, 4, 1, 3. So answer is D. 2, 4, 1, 3. So who has answered? Amal tried it. Madhumita correctly answered this. Shipsi, this is a tricky question. Very few people answered it. So revise PYQs, they are very important, sir and ma'am. Like, share, subscribe. Make this a movement. There should be a day when 1,000 people are watching me live, watching us live and answering questions like you people are answering. This girl, she is so happy and everything. I will share this particular PDF along with the answer of all these questions. Today we have broken all records. We have solved 16 questions, right? 14 MCQs and 2 PYQ. And we'll keep on doing this. Fun Study with Shubh. This is my channel for people who were asking. And yes, sir and ma'am, let's take your queries. If you want to, if you feel like your score is respectable enough, you can post it in the comment section. How many of the 16 you got correct, including PYQs. And yes, sir, this thing has ended now. 30th June is gone. We are in July. Let's take your doubts one by one. So there was some person who was asking related to like how many months of current affairs should we cover? The answer is there is no answer. It depends upon when are you giving your UPSC. You are giving your UPSC in 2026, 2027, 2028, and depending on that, let's say you're giving it in 2026, then let's say you're giving it in 2026 May, you have to start current affairs from April of that particular month, and then you have to go backwards. You don't have to follow like, if you are giving it in 2026, I will start from 2025 January. That's not how it works. Why you are doing currently these Hindu analysis? So that your foundation is built, so that you have conceptual clarity, so that you keep on doing add on to it. But when it comes to covering current affairs, you have to see which particular year you are giving UPSC. Let's say 2026 May, then you will start covering from April 2026. You will start backtracking. There is a concept also in coding, backtracking algorithm. So backtrack from April 2026, March, then February, then January, then December. Cover as many months as possible. The ideal scenario is at least 10 to 12 months from the month where you are having pre. So that is the scenario. But UPSC has asked questions as 2 years back question. So again, that will be tough for everyone. You are not going to write UPSC pre 2026, 27 or 28 because you have to top that particular UPSC pre, that I want 150 out of 200. No, you just need to qualify it. If you are answering those questions which most of the serious aspirants are answering, you will get through pre. That is the aim. You have to get good marks in mains, and that's why we are discussing these mains related questions. Hope you are understanding where we are going with this. So don't make mistakes where most of the serious aspirants are not going to make mistakes. And those questions which are 3 years old, 2 years old, 2.5 years old, that will be done wrong by most of the people. So don't worry about it. That is not going to make difference in pre. Again, Sriparna has got 14 out of 16. Sonika, you are very, very late. We are ending it. Everybody was searching for you, Sonika. They were like, Sriparna, Kirtana, Anuj, they were like, where is Sonika? When is Sonika? I have to control them. That don't worry, Sonika will come. And good morning, sir. I'm working, so could not attend your class regularly. Don't worry about it, Kharbodon. Just watch this, spread this, make it a movement. For 2026, from which month, sir? So for 2026, you have to go backtrack from April 2026 and then April, then March, then February, then January, and this way. From April 2026, you can say April 2025. That's how you have to cover. And almost 1 year, 10 to 12 months, that is the ideal scenario, because you cannot go beyond that. You have to cover your static portion also, right? And 2 years of current affairs UPSC is going for. 2 years is too much, Sashmita, because these days what has happened, and that's why I give you static questions also, so that I can make you understand that you cannot just always do current affairs. Yes, when I do Hindu analysis, I cover both current and static. But yes, you have to focus on static also. You cannot just rely on one particular thing. Okay, sir. The other thing which I have to do, again, if you're facing any issue, any dilemma, if you feel like there's even 2%, 3% probability that you will not clear UPSC 2026. I'm not talking only about pre. You don't have to clear only pre. You have to clear mains, you have to clear interview, you have to get a rank. In that scenario, you can join any batch, 26, 27, 28. Yesterday evening, I got to know that there's a 2028 batch also. So I was like, oh my God, I was not even knowing about it. So this 2028 batch, just go to buy now, and this thing has been updated. Yes, so discount is valid till, so see this is so like 60 months validity. Oh my God. Up until now, when I was talking about batches for 2026 and 27, the validity for 2026, if I'm not wrong, was 36 months. For validity for 2027 was 40 months. Validity for now this batch is for 2028 batch. People who are in class 11, 12th. See, you may feel like, sir, who prepares for UPSC in class 11, 12th? Let's say if I marry someday, God, fingers crossed, if I marry someday, if I get a good girl, and so I will not make mistakes. I will not, like if I want my kid to become a UPSC aspirant, I want him to become a tennis player, but there is not enough facility in India for becoming a tennis player, Sumit Nagal, he also lost in Wimbledon qualifier. So again, if he does not become a tennis player, he will become a UPSC civil servant. So in that scenario, I will ensure he or she does not do the mistake which I did. I started my preparation very late. I was doing BTech, then I joined Samsung, and then my mother was like, because my cousins cracked it. So one is an IPS, one is belonging to one of the 32 services of UPSC. So my mother was like, give it. For the sake of giving it, I wasted 2-3 attempts of mine. So what I'm trying to tell you is I will not make the mistakes. I will not let my kid make the mistake which I did. So generally, even this is true for you people also. If you get a rank, you become an IRS, you will have a feeling, I want to become an IAS, then you will ensure that your kid is groomed in such a way. So these days this happen, and that's why you see that kids of civil servant, multiple kids have cleared UPSC. Why? Because the environment is such. So what I'm coming back to my point, I will ensure that my kid is reading Hindu Indian Express from 5 years of age, I will groom him. So similarly for people who are preparing for 2028, they are generally in class 11, 12th, and you can start anytime. UPSC, this whole CSE is actually a long game. You have to have patience. So this batch is for those guys who are in 11th, 12th, who are in first year of their graduation, who is going for the long haul, who is going to planning for conceptual clarity. Validity is 5 years. So 2025, if I do calculation, 2030, oh my God. Again, for any queries, this is a number. This is a different number. Like from the one where you call for 2026-27 batch, this is 2028 batch. 76 or 76400 3000 live classes, one-to-one mentorship answer. This is a long haul. So all the things which are there in 26-27 will be there, but the batches will run for a longer period. Very good. Again, this is 54,999. So you will get maximum discount if you're using my code. If you're using these codes, India only for today, I think you will get 6,000 discount. But if you use my code, what is that code? SHS Live, you will get 7,000 discount. Oh my God, the biggest discount. And then you can buy it. The same process goes for 26, 27 as well. So I have to tell you this because this is my duty. Okay, sir. Sir, please. GYN, where were we? Please tell about massive explosion farm. There was nothing to tell, GYN. I read that news in, Hindu today. So explosion happened, people died in Hyderabad. This is a sad story, but here we are covering those articles which are important from UPSC perspective. That massive explosion pharma unit in Hyderabad is so pessimistic, so sad. There is nothing from UPSC perspective we can talk about except governance failure and all those stuff. So yes, we have sympathies for those people who died. But from UPSC perspective, GS mains to GS4, civic apathy, that is the only point. That's why I did not cover it. There are so many, other articles important from UPSC perspective, but that is a very sad news. I'm going my master's, so it was too much for me, like 2 years. I can understand, Shashmita. If we are crazy enough, can we start from, one can start from scratch, exactly. 17 people dead in that explosion. I know, I read about that news. So generally what happens, I wake up at 5. Because I have to create this content by 9, so I need 4 hours because I have to read diligently. So first news which I read 5 a.m. in the morning was that news. You wake up and you see that news, you feel like, oh my God, the day started with such a bad news, the explosion news. No one is guiding. I can understand, Kharbadon, you can join this. No, don't waste your time. Any issues, call on that number, join my Telegram group. You can write a comment there. I will personally contact you. Don't worry about it. Any issue, I am there. In that Telegram group, I have opened the comment section. If you're like, sir, please talk to me, I want to talk to you, just write that. I will talk to you personally there. Same issue, sir, no one was there to guide us properly. Don't worry about it. Same issue to me also. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you everyone. We have talked a lot today. I have any queries, anything. I have shown you my Telegram channel. Join it. Any query you have, message me. So please talk to me. I have issue. I will talk to you whenever time permits. Don't worry about it. Everything will be sorted. Everything, just be honest to your craft, your work. Everything will take care of itself. So I'm going now, and I will see you people tomorrow at 10.